Hello, this is Alekius, and welcome back to another episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts as France. Picking up where we left off and moving forward. I'm going to put in a cut here briefly to skip ahead of some of the boring turns. I might include the research, I might just write them down and mention them, but I'd like you all to be able to see that. But there's no reason to see all the thinking and shuffling around of fleets, and know that we're going to be deleting a few of the leftover ships. I think we've gotten just about everything that we're going to scrap. By class? By type? Yeah, we have the Condes, we have the Shamaps, we have the Galilees with their mines. We have the Mieles, which are relatively... No, those are old. I don't remember these too much. I'll end up looking at those. Those might be deleted. Possibly the... No, it looks like we got everything. We might get rid of the Dreadnoughts. We might get rid of the... Oh no. I actually kind of like that. That doesn't have... The Dreadnoughts, I'm fairly certain we're going to get rid of. The Belaruses, we're going to keep those. That's a strong secondary battery, and I like that. We're going to keep the Patries, the Invincibles, and the Galoises. Alright, so I'll catch you on the other side. Alright, semi-armor piercing ballistic capped shell with good ricochet, good damage, but poor penetration. And it looks like Mexico wants 2 light cruisers. Looks like Russia and Austria-Hungary are set to be at war. Alright, August 1904, during a naval exercise of our fleet, a small cruise ship from Empire of Japan was sunk due to accidental fire. What are your comments? We can apologize, provide a compensation, claim no fault, or protest that they were conducting reconnaissance. Don't really want to increase in rest, not that we have any. You know what? I think I'm going to express the apologies. Casemate gun barrels, longer maximum length. September 1904, some of our industrialists want to invest in the modernization of Soviet Union shipyards. We could cooperate to get a boost to GDP and naval budget. We could modernize our own for funds, naval budget, negative GDP. Unacceptable behavior in the view of the fact the Soviet Union is one of our main rivals at sea. For just prestige and relation hit. I would like to boost our GDP. You know what? It makes for a stronger adversary. I am fine with that. New technology and internals. Engineers party for faster engine repairs. Relations unaffected. Rwanda has defeated the remnants of ungoverned territory. and taken Burundi. October 1904, we get the 12,000-ton heavy cruiser with the new hull involved. We get tube mechanisms too for lighter weight, faster rotating, better reloading torpedoes. Mexico wants 2 destroyers, which we'll build. Tibet has been conquered by China. And November 1904, we get geared steam turbines, which with a whole bevy of benefits. Dreadnought improvements 2 for hull strengthening, for hull form and such. Mark II, or Mark III 11-inch guns. Improved radio telegraph. And Congo, fighting against Portugal. Now, with the research involved, I am happy with our mine layers. There's a thought to... yeah, we've gotten rid of the Mielis. We could do an updated light cruiser. I'm not inclined to do so at this moment. I'm pretty happy using them in a strictly auxiliary role as a mine layer. However, we have the new armored cruiser hull, which looks a lot like our old battleship choices, with a secondary and tertiary battery slots or strong secondary slots. If we look at the hull forms, similar stability, similar floatability, similar resistance, similar, pretty similar across the board. Same hull form. 3 has more crew, and by hull form I mean max optimal speed. This one is slightly bigger. Now I want to look to see. Oh, that's center line. Side guns. Wow, those are big. We can fit 6 inches there. So we could do something. Good gracious. That actually fits. It really shouldn't. We could do 5-inch duals, but then we won't be using the mid slot. We could fit 4 inchers. That is heavily clipping. I won't do that out of principle. We'll put 4-inch singles. Actually, for the 5-inch, can we put 5-inch singles? We can. Well, those are 6-inch singles. 3-inch. We have a couple new slots. And then the 2-inch I don't really care about. Although we get some casements for the 2-inch. Vice, the armored cruiser hull 2, where guessing we can, yeah, we can indeed fit the 6-inch. Can we fit a 7-inch there? We sure can. What about an 8-inch? We could do a hexagonal 8-inch heavy cruiser. Be very heavy. I have a feeling it would not be fitting a lot. Or we could stack 5-inch on those. We can stick 4-inch on the upper deck. That's good to know. Not even 5 singles, but we can do 4-inch duals up there. Or the 3-inch. We have a few options. I'm surprised the 6-inch fits there. I'm more inclined to use this hull than this one. Especially in light of being able to put the 4-inch up on the upper sponson or whatever you want to call this deck. I'm very much inclined to go with the Armored Cruiser 2. Let's make it a little bit bigger. How small can we make it and still get 3 sponsons? 10,300 tons. Max out range, speed, make them slim and shallow, as is our habit so far. That speed is way too fast. I want to see what would happen. We need gears. So that's 63, 53, 47. So you definitely see the increase in the weight with the very high speeds. But I like very much being able to make those speeds. Let's get our towers up. We are looking at marginal differences. Yeah, that's pretty marginal. And the aiming speed is actually slower for the top end tower. Even though the base accuracy, long range, everything else is higher. And then for the rear tower, rear tower is better across the board than the cruiser secondary tower, but the cruiser secondary towers are focused on overall accuracy but not long range. And being relatively low profile and low visibility. Low impact on budget. Considering this is a heavy cruiser, I'm inclined to go with the better tower. It's interesting that we can stick it there. We'll go with that. At least we will for now. Funnel wise, we've got options. That would be 18, 19, 20, 21-ish, slightly lower for the basically 3 times. So we're saving weight, but not on money if we go with the triples. The duals look like they're probably the most cost effective. No, that might not be true. No, as usual, I think the most cost effective is literally these ones here. Weight effective though, the bigger sets. Although we can't fit the triples. Interesting. We can fit the duals. Or the large. Nice, we can actually fit 3. Looks like we won't be able to fit this one. An aft funnel. So we can fit a maximum of 5. Engine efficiency is pretty poor here. We'll have to go to induced. Alternatively, go with the dual funnels. Similar, except we can fit extras. Interesting arrangement. That gets us the engine efficiency we want. We go with turbines instead of geared turbines. Lose some of that efficiency. It's 4% heavier, but it's a lot cheaper in cost. Makes sense. Geared turbines are complex. Shaft 1 for maneuverability, balance, because that's our preference this game. The electric has flaws. The hydraulic has weight. We'll lose some speed, but we get better shift speed and turning. The engine cost is inflated, but negligibly. Okay, we're going to go with hydraulic steering then. Up to armor, no reason not to. Let's see if we can fit the torpedo bulge, double bottom, reinforced. Citadel 1, rangefinder, no coincidence. Straight accuracy, we're not looking for long range with the heavy cruisers. How much does this cost? It's not that much. And the weight isn't all that much either. And the advantages are nice. No usable barbettes yet. There's our 11-inch Mark IIIs, which we could try to fit 11-inch on these. It's a bit big for this size of hull, but we can fit it. But it's going to use up all of our weight. I'm inclined to go for a little bit more historical of an option and go with 8-inch. Step it out a little bit for better angles, although I might change that because this is definitely going to interfere with this one. And putting it on the lower deck sacrifices it anyways. We could put more 8-inch on the sides, so we have 6 or 5 per side. I'm inclined to go with, let's say 6-inch. Still takes up a lot of weight. It's going to be heavy. We can do a myriad of 4-inch guns. And we can extend those as well, make them a little bit longer. It feels silly to put the casemates there. I'm not even going to bother because that is a vulnerability. Then the question becomes, do we bother with torpedo tubes? We seem to have settled more on gunnery for this campaign. I don't like that eclipse on there. We're at 30 knots. If we drop to 28, we get 10%. We also have the range that we can work with. Oh yes, barbets. What's our max belt? 5.6 in this era. 2-inch there, we go an inch on the main deck. Extended, half an inch. Can we get 2-inch on the super? Nice. Superstructure actually isn't all that heavy. 8-inch guns. Ah, yes, I need to fix these as well. Standard ratios. Yes. We've been going for more penetration for HE. We might want to start thinking about how much we're sacrificing the bursting charge. Really pondering the pointed cap. I like what we've been seeing with the accuracy. With higher muzzle velocities, so I am still gonna approach it from that side. For the armor piercing, it's almost certainly the armor piercing cap. I want to look at the ricochet angles. So like the minimum AP shell ricochet angle. This could ricochet at negative 90% minimum AP shell ricochet angle. So the minimum angle that it can still ricochet is very small. That's bad. Whereas a plus 20% maximum, we can be at a higher angle and still not ricochet. Whereas we sacrifice damage, we increase the overall ricochet chance, but the ricochet angles are better, as is the penetration, fuse time, range, muzzle velocity. I wanted to explain the ricochet angles though. You can sacrifice penetration by having a minimal chance of ricochets. And increasing the size of the bursting charge quite significantly. I'm going to go with capped for now, but it's something to ponder. We have the ever-present ballistite versus white powder. I don't like the flash fires and ammo detonation. And the reduction in accuracy, but that's balanced by the gun range boost. So if we go with ballistite, we're looking at 10 kilometers. It'll penetrate 5.7 inches of armor with a 0.6% accuracy, max range of 12.4 for AP. So if we go with white powder instead, 10 kilometers, we're penetrating 5.5 inches, 0.7% accuracy, but an AP range, max range of only 11.7 kilometers. I'm not too concerned about range, except that it also affects accuracy. I'm inclined to go with the white powder at this time. Picric acid, lots of damage, high chance of detonation, less chance of detonation with picric acid too, but we sacrifice some of the damage. It's a compromise. TNT is generally overall better. if you want the best for your tier, the TNT usually is the best overall and the safest. But, like, look at the shell damage. It is very high for the picric acid. I'm gonna go with the TNT. The main battery, 7.9 inches of penetration at 10 kilometers now. So that did make a little bit of a difference. Turret traverse speed, I'm not too concerned by. Again, we're going to avoid the electric for the ship flaws. Just not too concerned about turret traverse speeds. Enhanced reloading is always nice though. So there we go. That's where we're at. Back to the armor, we're looking at the 8-inch. And what kind of cruiser? We have coincidence rangefinders. We did not go with the stereoscopic, which are better for long range. If we were to shift to long range, we could and extend the length of the barrels. But that makes her heavier, slower firing. And the accuracy is negligibly different. It just extends range and lowers rate of fire. The rate of fire is pretty good for 8-inch. And another comparison with straight up. Well, the accuracy improved a little bit. I'm inclined to keep them as they are. The 4-inch, those ones I kind of like extending. Because they're firing so fast anyways. Extending the barrel doesn't hurt them that much, but does improve the accuracy. So 13, 3.5, 0.9, and 0.4. Vice. 12, 3.1, 0.8. Yeah, we're going to go with extended barrel 4-inch. Standard length for the 6 and 8-inch. Six-inch barbettes. What is our highest? There we go. 1 inch there. Half an inch on the 6-inch. We have a lot of barrels. The side armor is the big question. We're currently maxed and we're within weight. We have not increased weight. We can. But we're under 57 million. They'll be heavier, but we get a little bit of extra weight. Maybe we can get the tall order. 8966. Really no additional weight. It's mostly the cost, and a lot of that comes from the turbines. Go back to the regular turbines. We have good engine efficiency. Can't go to control. It's not that bad, but still rather it be a little bit higher. Could improve quarter size, keep the engine efficiency, boost the armor on the conning tower to that of the secondary one. How thick can we make it? 9-inch. And we're penetrating our own decks at range. We do with a little bit more deck armor. 2 and 1. 4-inch, don't even have gun shields, they are unprotected right now. What's max on that? 1.6 on the top 2. Alright. The rest can go into possibly balancing that'll shorten the central and make it easier, the citadel, and make it a little easier to buff up the fore and aft belts. So we'll have a fairly thick belt for a heavy cruiser, and we can save the rest on weight. 99.80, 99.60, 99.50. On the nose, engine efficiency is very good. Range is very good. We could truncate that, save a little. Nope, I think for the next war we're going to keep the range very high if we can. So I'm liking this cruiser design, and we're going to save that. And we're going to take another look at a modern Dreadnought. Now we did get the new hull here as well. Very good hull form on that. Comparatively. Stability is comparable, but the highest. Floatability, not the highest, but again comparable. Resistance, not the highest. The experimentals having higher. Kind of expect that though. Sustained speed, not too concerned. Max optimal speed is better marginally. Should have looked at that first. Could really just be between these two Dreadnoughts. The one with the cutouts similar to the historical Dreadnought, and this one having the myriad casemates similar to kind of not the super Dreadnoughts, the ones in between the supers and the early Dreadnoughts. Verite will go heavy this time because we have an example. We have a light Dreadnought or an early battle cruiser with our last design. This one's going to be all about long range accuracy if we can. We'll pull out the stops, see how far we can take it. It's just so weird with the progression on those. This one reduces smoke interference. This one does not. How many central line turrets? We can have 4. All right, let's make some skates then. see if we can get a par bet right there. We'll go for 11 inch because we have the Mark IIIs, and as we see with the 12 inch, we could go 13 inch. And the penetration and damage is much higher. With the 11 inch, are lighter weight and faster firing, and they have almost, if not more, range, depending on exactly which comparison. That hurt the B turret, so an ABXY. Looking at our funnels again. Footprint wise, I'm gonna go with fancy ones. We have an all big gun battleship here. I do want the heavy secondaries. We haven't really gotten Mark IIIs down here yet. I think we're going to be able to hit heavy cruisers with the main battery. So I'm going to target light cruisers with the secondaries. But we'll also split the secondary battery for light cruisers and destroyers. No need for torpedoes. 3-inch batteries could put on the deck. 6-inch would be too much. I mean, maybe fit singles. Well, the 5-inch I expected to fit better. I mean, we can manually place them a little bit further out. The 4-inch would synergize better with our secondary battery in tertiary battery in the casemates. Kind of want heavier armor on this one though. We're just thinking what would be best. Do we have any superstructure slots? I don't see any. There we go. We have 6, 7, 6, 10, 4-inch with this setup. Per side. I'm pondering deleting the 4-inch casemates and instead making it a uniform 8-inch secondary battery, or 6-inch. Not too heavy, it can still be used against destroyers and torpedo boats, but they're a little bit heavy for that task. Tighten it up, we can save some weight on the citadel. We stretch it out, we lose that, but more heavily protect a larger portion of the ship. Oh, weight offset's pretty high as well. I might want to barbette this secondary turret. Or the X turret. Stretch back the secondary tower, which we can go something like that. Problem is the forward weight is still very high. We have not done our induction yet. We're definitely going to go for gear turbines. Let's move the funnels back. Go with 3 funnels. Squeeze the main tower back. And now we can get rid of that forward weight offset. Or as much of it as we're going to get. And does that give us any superstructure slots? No, it doesn't look like it. That hurts that 4-inch battery's ability to train out, though. Well, we can shove it out that way. I think. Let's get in here. And we can get our secondary battery. Or tertiary battery in this case. In a better overall position. Raise them up. And then we can get a full 8 guns aside. Which would match up with our 6-inch and make me feel a lot better about small targets getting close. Decent fields of fire. Reduced good engine efficiency. Oh, we haven't raised the speed yet. Yeah, there it goes. So we'll delete the rear tower now. Go back to the smaller one. Cannot fit a 5th one in there. We go with the even smaller funnels. The teeny ones. We're just going to be able to fit 4 and no more. That appears to be the case. Be able to go with the smaller set. 3, 4. Not quite. Fit a 5th funnel in there. Although we shifted where the superstructure was, it's going to hurt this turret. Unless we can find a new home for it. And I don't want to overhang it off the side. I know the game will allow you. I don't like it. I will hang it over the casemate a little bit. I'm okay with that. I was a little too close to that B turret. There we go. Good field of fire. Same with A turret. B turret, or X turret is fine. Not gonna be able to fit it back there. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Shadow, balanced, do the improved rudder, armor, free, anti-guard, double hull, reinforced head, anti-flooding, and single one. Ratios, ballistic, capped, light ammo, increased ammo, great powder, TNT. 11-inch, I'm not too worried still about the traverse rate. I will enhance the reloading. We'll go with this time. Throw radios on them. And we will upsize the caliber to 11.5, 4.5, and 6.5, because we can. Extend the barrels on the 4-inch, similar to how we did with the heavy cruisers. We extend the barrel on the 11-inch and get pretty extensive range. Should we just extend the barrels all the way across? Sure, let's do that as an experiment. We upsized the barrels and made for upsized extended barrels. All across. She'll be slower firing, but she's supposed to stay more at range. I like it. Tend to like the 4-inch belt 4 and F. The deck, I like to get up to 3, but I'm afraid that'll be too heavy. Not too bad actually. 2-inch, 14 to, what's our max on 11.5, 16-inch sides on there. We'll do a 4-inch top, 2-inch for the 6.5, and 1-inch for the 4.5. Max out barbette, 4.5s. We'll keep it at 4-inch sides for the 6-inch battery. I'd like 8. And we'll save the rest. How heavy can we? Oh yeah, pretty heavy. Then we can buff the main belt. It's not terribly extended, but far enough. Okay, I like that. That's pretty expensive, but I like it. Still have the forward weight problem. Get closest to there. And go for 13.5-inch belt. I like this. A little bit goofy looking in places, but she's fast, she's long ranged in both ways. So we have the Verite and the Palestro. And there we have it. 2 new designs, and we'll get those laid out. Well, let's go look now. I like to get them done. But I don't think we're going to advance a turn again this episode. We got these designed. Two battleships, 4 heavy cruisers. Let's go with that. Oh, and I bumped up crew training. It turned to training as the average training before we did that, though. I'm actually going to turn it back down to 50%, because we're about to spend a lot of money. Ship designs. We have, in 1904, the Verite. Oh jeez, murdering pronunciation. It's fine. We'll build 2 of those. And the 4 Palestros. That should tax our shipyards for a while. I'll put them in Western France. Le Havre, La Rochelle, Nice, Marseille, Toulon. Le Havre then. Build them in the channel. Looking for Priest, but we are overcasting that one. Let's move a chunk of the fleet to Balboa. Keep our high-speed ones in Priest. Then we'll send 4 destroyers with those 4. We'll keep the other 8 destroyers here. They'll go to Bilbao. Balboa. No, Bilbao. China seems the most likely, but we can still go to war with the age. Which we have oil in Galicia. But how much oil is in Galicia? 17,000 barrels. Vice 16,000 plus 94,000. Lake of the China. Our growth is very strong right now. Oil production is low compared to others. Army Navy budgets are very high. Navy budget isn't that high. The Army budget is. Finance-wise, looking, he's spending lots of money. It's fine. Did our ship designs. We have our fleet set up. And with that, I think I'm going to call it to a close here. So I thank you for joining me. Appreciate you staying till the end. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone.